So, good evening, everyone. Welcome back to Manthan with the Mystic Master. And I'm so glad to inform you this that Manthan बहुत ही successfully चल रहा है. आप लोगों का जो इतना interaction होता है, इतने questions हैं, that you keep posting us the questions and सारे जो आप लोगों को you get the answers which are satisfactory also. So start sharing this video so that we can start the program within 2 minutes. So I would again want to invite the mystic to give you the answers to the questions that are a quest. और आज का मंथन जो है ना वो बहुत ही मंथनीय होने वाला है. There's so many beautiful questions. I don't know whether मंथनीय is a word, but I found it very intriguing एंड आज के क्वेश्चंस बहुत ही मैजिकल हैं और बहुत ही इंटरेस्टिंग हैं. आई गेस we all will have a very beautiful session. So guys, just hop in and let's start the session. I would invite the mystic right now. So Viral ji, please enter the studio. You're already in the studio, but enter the studio the for my friends and for
Namaste.
सारे
Namaste.
दर्शकों
Namaste.
के लिए.
Namaste.
Namaste, everyone. Start sharing the video so that more people can join in and they can also ask the questions. बस एक छोटी सी कोशिश है मंथन के थ्रू. So, sir, do you want to say something, or should we start the question? Is it
Start the question. Start the question. Directly shoot.
so? We'll start the rapid fire round today because it's a lot of beautiful questions. There is one question where इन्होंने पूछा है कि what is the relationship between science and spirituality? क्या ये मतलब spirituality और science does it go hand in hand, or should I believe, should I not believe? बचपन से मैं साइंस को बिलीव करता हूँ, फिर बीच में मेरे लाइफ में किसी ने स्पिरिचुअलिटी को इंट्रोड्यूस किया, बट आई डोंट नो व्हाट आई शुड डू, सो प्लीज गाइड.
बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है साइंस और स्पिरिचुअलिटी के बारे में. तो ये दोनों साइंस वर्सेस स्पिरिचुअलिटी नहीं है, पहली बात. दूसरी बात, स्पिरिचुअलिटी क्या है? स्पिरिचुअलिटी इज अबाउट नोइंग व्हाट द स्पिरिट इज, जहाँ से ये 5 तत्व बनते हैं और ये पूरा जगत बना हुआ है जिस एनर्जी से. सो अगर आप देखेंगे तो स्पिरिट से मटेरियल बनता है और मटेरियल जगत में हम है उसकी यात्रा, टू टेक अ बैकवर्ड जर्नी एंड अंडरस्टैंड व्हाट द स्पिरिट इज. एंड द साइंस इज बेस्ड ऑन द एविडेंसेस, what is there and how that we can derive to a certain conclusion based on the data which is available to us. The difference between the science and spirituality, the spirituality knows and science knows later by only experiments and experiences. Mystics knows about the everything beforehand because it is the topmost the vantage point from where you can look everything in the world. And science actually crawls upwards. There is a difference. It's like you are on the top floor, 105th floor, and you look at the world. And science is going step by step towards that 105th floor. And that's the difference. Nothing is wrong, nothing is right. Both are acceptable, both has to be embraced upon. And find a science in every aspect of the spirituality. You will find science everywhere. To give you a very simple example, as I was studying on various energies, specific energies like the energy which I have tapped into, and what NASA speaks about this energy just 20 years ago. NASA has found out about the substance which is called the Higgs boson. Now, what is Higgs boson? About the Higgs boson, our mystics have already spoken about it long back. Way back when the Patanjali made his, the Patanjali Sutras, there is a reference where how the the concept of how the concept of the energy works and the particles. So there is a particle which interacts with the spirit, and this particle decides when it interacts. So where the next particular particle is going to placed in the universe, what it will become, you know. So that's a God particle, and by the experiment that they found about this particle, the Higgs boson, we knew much about this in times ahead of it. Now there is a second evidence of this. We talk about the Tandav of Shiva. What is the Tandav of Shiva? Tandav of Shiva is nothing but the wave nature of the particle which quantum physics talks about. You know, there are two aspects of the same particle in the quantum physics. One is the when you observe, wave becomes localized. Now, this is a very complex things to understand, and more about the practicality of this aspect. Theoretically, I have found many people talk about this, but being able to practically use it is what I'm more interested in. I can help you to do that, and that is how you change a life. So this is the second aspect about the science and spirituality. The third aspect, there is an energy which I told the NASA found about, which is called dark energy and dark matter. Now, dark is unknown. So this is an unknown energy which occupies 96% of the universal space. Now, when you see 96%, we do not know anything about this energy and this matter. In that, 73% is a dark energy, and 23% is dark matter. Just to give you dark energy, dark matter is a matter which is invisible, and it is affected by the gravitational force. The presence of this matter can only be known by the gravity activity that goes around this matter. And this matter holds the planets and the galaxies together. So no two planets and no two galaxies collides with each other. This is the binding force of the universe. Now, when I worked on this, and I tapped into the energy, and I wanted to know about it. What is an energy? If this energy exists, our scriptures, our Shastra must have talked about this. When I talked to many experts, and they said, we don't find such a reference anywhere. There is nothing. Where is the dark energy? Where is the dark matter? Then I kept on searching. And one day suddenly the answer popped into me. This is an answer. The answer is very simple. There is a God which we have symbolized to this energy. The name of the God itself is the dark.
Okay.
So this is a
I don't,
science. This is
I don't know
this
how
is
you got this, but the next question is, can you describe God?
oh wonderful. Wonderful question. Wonderful question. So let me finish
Uh,
this the last aspect. So there is
yeah,
a God which
but then,
we identified this God as a dark. And then the color of this God that we represent is a in India, in the Indian mythology, in Hinduism, what the color that we represent the God is, basically there are two color of the God and two color of the goddesses. The two color of the God is either blue or black. The blue represents the ether aspect of it, and the black represents this dark energy. But there is a specific God that represents this energy, and that is an energy I have worked all around in last 8 10 years, one more than experimented with this energy. And that is all that I can work with and do things is based on that. And as far as my knowledge goes, there is hardly anyone who can help you to tap into this energy. I can make you, Shri Vidya, and you have experienced it. I have helped people to tap into this energy just by a small thing. and then the miracle starts happening in your life. And this is a miraculous energy, nothing to worry about. This is all about. Now, what is God? Now, yesterday I was talking to somebody, and
But there is a
you go ahead.
secondary line to this question.
Yeah.
This person says, I have been listening from childhood that whatever you want, you ask God, pray to God, God will answer. But describe God, how do I meet Him?
So I'm coming to that. Okay. I'm coming to a very basics of this. So yesterday I had one session with one lady, one girl. She's hardly 27, 28, and stuck in a life situation. And she was talking to me. After the session, she was casually asking me, inquisitively asking me certain questions. One of the questions she posed to me was that, uh, Uncle, what is the God? So I said, God is not a person. She said, there is a creator. I said, no, there is no creator. Now, understand this aspect. And this is the same answer I'm sharing with you. We believe that there is a one creator who is creating everything. No, that's not the case. You may not like it. I'm not here to make things like by you. I'm here to place the truth. In my journey, in my finding, I know that. Just excuse me for a second. Thank
So,
you.
guys, you can actually post your questions here. We take up the questions in this live session. So, if you have your questions, you can please ask your questions so
अरे
we can take up the questions during the session. तो आपके क्वेश्चंस हैं तो आप हमें यहाँ पे पोस्ट कर सकते हो. We'll be back in a minute. So if you guys have anything to ask, you can definitely ask. We are discussing about a few questions that has been come to us. कुछ पहला question I think we've already discussed. The second question which was there was this person has asked me can you describe God? And I have always been told about God and asked to connect to God. What do I do? How do I know that? I mean, if God is there, describe God. तो ये क्वेश्चंस हैं. आप भी आपके क्वेश्चंस हमको शेयर कर सकते हो because if you share your questions, things get more, it will be more interactive. That's exactly what I'm trying to tell you. If you have an interactive session, it helps us more. So,
I'm
guys, you
so
want to ask
sorry.
me?
I'm so sorry. I'm back
That's
again.
no, it's okay. Absolutely
So
fine.
now,
Welcome back. You were
so look at
describing God.
God. So there is no one creator who has created everything. It is an automated process. It has its own dynamics. So once the logic is very simple. So when there is an interplay of two energies, the fetus is created, and then everything is automatic. The entire body, all the functions of the body, and then how you operate, and then the body cease to exist and the soul comes out. This is not a operative system. I mean, not being operated by somebody. So similarly, on the same lines, the entire universe also operates on the same principle. Secondly, why do we talk God? God. We say generating operating device. Let us understand this is a process. Now, what this process is? This process is nothing but the give you an example. You have a device, and the device is your cell phone. The cell phone has an operative system through which it runs. Either it's an Android or it's an iOS. Going ahead of this, it is governed by you know the spectrum. It is governed by the network. So it's a governing operating device, and this is how the entire uh, the communication on the cell phone runs. It is the same principle that the entire universe runs. There are devices. There is an operating system of each device, and on that operate like human have their operating system, plant have their operating system, animals have their operating system, flying animals have their own operating system. The animals in the water has their own operating system. You know, the insects and other, they have their own operative systems, which is governed by the energy that is called the consciousness. Now, this is a, when you look at it, the vastness of it is very difficult for you to comprehend also from your intellect. Now, that this is what the God is. And
Okay.
why then we praise so many gods? These are the different kinds of energy, like the energy of energy of Archangel Michael,
Archangel Michael.
the energy of all angels, the energy of Ra, the energy of Anunnaki, the energy of other alien species, the energy coming from the other galaxies like Peridius, like Orions. There are energy of several god and goddesses that we know about in Hindu mythology. Now the reference of 33 types of god and goddesses. And now all these 33 is a very mystical number. It's not that these are the types of the energy which operates us. So I hope this answer suffices the question.
I hope you got your answer and you're satisfied with the answer given right now. Okay. Josh,
There's also.
Josh, but Joe. Yeah, Josh, I'll just take your question in a minute. I have a question here which has already come to me before. Like, what does it mean to live in the present moment and how do I do it?
Let us answer this question in the backdrop of it is like a mirage that has been given to you.
But
It
this
is
is a
not
question of
something.
me. How does one live in the present moment?
I'm coming to that. You cannot, whatever you do, I tell me, can you try to be in this present moment and be in the present moment? Is there anything that you need to do? Absolutely no. There are no steps to it. There is no way. You do one, two, three, four, you are in a present moment. And I'll give you an example where you can be in the present moment and where you have been in the present moment. And that's the only way you recognize that you are in a present moment. When, and also understand when you are not in the present moment. Okay? For example, when you're operating from the gamma waves, we have we have 5 to 6 category of waves. Okay, that is
Alpha,
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 beta,
beta,
theta,
theta.
okay, delta, gamma. Gamma is the highest state. Where have you seen the sometime the cricketer is in that state and hits the ball just the perfect line and he reads things much faster. Do you think that his senses do that? No. He, have you seen the tennis matches? You will find that. Have you seen the best of the dance performance? Have you seen the musician playing it? Have you seen the the farmer farming? Have you seen people completely engrossed and involved? They forget about themselves. That is how they are in the present moment. By intellectually understanding, you cannot be in a present moment. What we want is that we want intellectual understanding before we step into something. It is something that you step into it. That's all. You be passionate. Do things that very passionately. You lose. I mean, you completely lose your consciousness, and your consciousness is completely focused on one thing. You are in present moment. So it is not something which we do not know. Number one, it is not something which cannot be attained, which can be attained through the steps.
Okay. I hope the question was answered.
No,
We have a
this is
question
the one
from,
half. Yeah, one part of the question.
we
Now
have
there
a
is another
question.
myth.
Okay.
Let me answer this part.
Okay.
There is
Still,
another myth. There is another myth that I'm not in the. Suppose I'm sitting idle. How do you know whether you are in the present moment or not? I'll give you a simple indication. Whatever sensory feelings that you are feeling, if you are completely focused on that feeling, you will be automatically in the present moment. So now there are five senses operative with me this time. Okay. So sense of touch. So wherever my body is touching whichever part, I'm aware about it. What I'm seeing, I'm aware about it. What I'm listening, I'm aware about it. Either of that, you pick it up one faculty, and you completely focus on it. You are in the present. Just try this.
okay. So that
Next.
was a wonderful tip, and I hope आप लोग practice करेंगे. So एक question ये है कि how does one get unstuck from life's blockages so that one can move forward?
So
Josh,
put that question. Put that question. Yeah,
yeah, he's
that's a
asked
question
about
of Josh.
how does one get unstuck from life's blockages so that one can move forward?
You get rid of an idea that you are stuck. The simplest answer can be this. Because you are in your mind have focused your energy that I'm stuck. That's why you are stuck. You just let this energy flow from that point into the next point that I'm flowing. You just say that to yourself, my life, because you know at every moment you are breathing. Every moment the cells in the body are changing. Every moment the entire universe is shifting. Every moment the planetary position is changing. Every moment the air is changing. Every moment the light is changing. So there is a change which is at everywhere, and every moment the change is there. Where the life is stuck, it's stuck only here. Unstuck
Oh,
from here.
all right. Josh, I hope you've got the answer. We take up the next question from MOG. How do we select which deity or energy is best for us?
Beautiful question. I give full marks to this question. How do we choose? You see, you will be drawn to one particular energy. You just try with all the energies. That's how the just the creation. We have created masterpieces. We have 33 um, energy types of devs and devis and devatas that we know about. So which appeals you? You go by that consciousness. Follow that. Follow your inner path. If you like Shiva, go with Shiva. If you like Krishna, go with Krishna. If you like Ganpati, go with Ganpati. If you like any Devis, you go with Devis. You go whichever that you like. If you like Ishu Christ, go with that. If you like Yeshua, go with that. If you like Muhammad, go with that. Because they are not separate. It is that our perception and our understanding and the vantage point from where we look at it, we look them as separate. And they appears to be separate. because of the certain beliefs that we have been, picking up and carrying from many people. So go with the one, and you will automatically find the path ahead.
Okay. So that answers that question. I hope emoji
And
आपको
एक minute,
questions answer मिल गया.
the answer which is coming is the original question. The first question that has come to me in this program was that, okay, what is God and science and spirituality? So now here, every God that we have created, I mean, our mystics have created them. The question is here: who has created the God? We have created the God. We have created the paintings. We have gone and created the temples. We bring the picture of the God in the house. We paint the picture of the God. And this painting and all that has come later stage. Although all the description is there in the various Vedas. And
Okay.
how the Devi looks like, how the Devta looks like. All the description has come. Now, these people who have wrote this description, their consciousness level was the peak, highest. And this the download came to them, and then the god and goddesses, they spoke to the person who was writing about it directly.
So we have a next question from Sonu Sharma. She says, I don't want rebirth. Is it possible?
Very much. Absolutely possible. You have see here is this the only half of the question that you have asked, and I will going to ask the answer the half. But there is another half you should be asking this question. You ask me, is it possible? I said yes, it's possible. Your next logical question is, how do I attend it? So I'm assuming that question to you, and I'm answering this question because that's a logical question. Next is, so Sonuji, I have a couple of questions to ask you. If you are there online, please answer me through the through the messages. When you do something, when you have achieved something, whatever is your status or whatever is your qualification or whatever is your work, who do you think who is achieving it? Who is doing it? Answer me. Then I will come back to you once you
Sonu, you
write.
can write the answer in the comment form, in the comment section.
Yeah. Somebody has asked this question. Can you take that? This is the question.
Yeah. So I have another question too. Okay, Sonu has answered, sir, myself.
That's where, if you say myself, you cannot exit the this cycle. You are curtailing your possibilities because when you do it, you are caught up in your karmas. When you don't do it, you understand that else is doing through this through me, and you surrender everything to that energy. You are definitely going to be exit. That's the
Okay.
best way that you start balancing your karmas and become in the process of akarma. So there is no karma that you do. So if you say I am doing it, the moment you say, you are caught up into this web and you won't be able to exit. Mixed.
All
Your
right. He
question?
says absolutely right. There's one question before what
Yeah,
emojis
yeah,
asked.
yeah. Yeah.
Okay. I have a question here saying, how would, like, the person says he's God fearing, and he says, I am God fearing, but if at all, how would God want me to respond to aggressive parents? I have heard your previous session that I have chosen it, but I would not be comfortable with the answer. Could you elaborate?
Wonderful. I appreciate. First of all, the line which is everybody talks about is God fearing. God never wants you to be fear about Himself. You can know God only when you drop all your fears. God wants you to be free of all fears. You cannot attend God with fear. So you first of all drop your fear. Aggressive parent, why does the aggression comes from anybody for that matter? Just tell me why does the aggression comes? You are experiencing aggression, as simple as this. For what? So you are subject to that energy which is in a receiving side of an aggression. And you need to respond to this energy. There are only two ways to respond. Okay? One is to be submissive to the aggression, and one is to raise your energy that you are not subject to the aggression. So, give you one simple example. Ask your parent to go and show your aggression to any of the authority. Will they be aggressive? No. You have to, because their energy, the person whose energy is very high, the parent will not apparently go to that them and just be aggressive, show their aggression. They will have to face it. So when it comes to you, if you raise your vibrations, you will not face this. They cannot be aggressive towards you. Very simple. So how do you raise your vibrations? One of the ways to raise vibration is to have a water bath. Second is to do some exercise. Third is to listen to the good music.
Change your
Fourth is
body
to
posture.
change your body posture. Very light. So these are the small tips to raise your vibrations up. So the moment, notice what is your body posture when they are aggressive towards you. Are you tend to tilt down? Are you tend to hold your hands? Just be straight. Talk to them eye to eye without you being getting aggressive. Answer them without being fearful. Convince them
Beautiful.
intellectually.
Beautiful.
Simple tips.
Amazing. Okay, I have another question. Okay, Josh says makes sense and he's very happy. Emoji is saying, asking, emoji question number.
You have taken the emojis question already.
He says, do the secrets of the universe reside in the universe? Do the secrets of the universe reside in ancient texts और within any realm? मतलब I guess वो पूछना
Yeah,
चाहते हैं
yeah,
कि हाँ with the reach I'm also translating for my दर्शकों that if the latter is true अगर वो हमारे reach में है so how can we capture that information?
you can tap into any information that you want. I'm giving you unbelievable, underscore believable. process. And trust me, this process works for everything. It's not about the information. This is your command to the universe. Okay? You go to the computer, you go to the your cell phone, what you do? You type some letter, okay, and the Google search, you type something, and what you do? What you do, Shri?
We type, we
After that,
find,
what you do? After
we
that, what
enter,
you do?
press enter.
Enter. Enter. So the moment you enter, it processes and gives you an answer. Universe works on the same principle. On the contrary, universe works on this principle, and that is why we have depicted this principle into the technology. So you say simply, how can I access the information? The answer is which information you want. So you have to be specific about the information. And you have to raise your vibrations to that point. So you get this information. How to get? You have to raise your consciousness. How do you raise the consciousness? By asking. So if you ask step by step, you don't ask, you know, extremes, because you will not be able to get that information that comes to you from that perspective. So to my consciousness, what is an information needed today? Ask that. अभी आज मुझे क्या नॉलेज जरूरी है, पूछो. क्या इंफॉर्मेशन आज जरूरी है, वो मुझे मिलनी चाहिए. आपको मिलेगी. You will find it. You name the information, and this universe will give you through any source. Be open, open your ears, open your eyes, open your senses to get into this.
Hmm.
Yes.
Okay. There is this question, and describe. I have always, from childhood, I have been told that I even if I do bad, I do bad. If there is heaven, describe it, and how do I get there?
I don't know. I haven't heard it. So there is a crack and there was a signal loss.
Okay. From childhood, I have been told that if I do good, I go to heaven. If I do bad, I go to hell. So if I don't live in heaven, how do I get
The last part I still again missed it. If I do
there?
good, I will go to heaven. If I do
If
bad, I will go to hell.
get there
How do I get where?
to heaven,
How do you get by doing good? According to your logic, doing good. Now, who
that's what.
decides and एक minute. Who decides and who defines good? What is good? The good is a definition given to you by somebody. Do you buy that definition? Is
Yeah,
your
that,
energy aligned with that definition? Okay. Your consciousness, your experience want to do something else. Your soul has not come for that definition. So definition of good and bad is a relative term. My point is very simple. Definition of good and bad is relative term. The idea with which this belief has been instilled in you is to, you know, hold you for doing things which is harmful to you. That means if you do actually think bad about somebody, likewise, if I think bad about Shri Vidya, she's not going to get affected unless she accepts my thought process. That will return back to me because this universe is a mirror. It is not hell or a heaven that we need to go. living this lifetime without any any pain is by itself living in the heaven. And the
Wonderful.
utopia or an idea that we have in the heaven is taking you, the one of the question is how to be in the present moment. So in the present moment is the heaven, and if you are out of that present moment, you are not in heaven, you are in pain, you are in hell.
We have a question from Neeraj Chauhan. Teleportation of thought was an ancient reality. Would reality of physical will it be possible in future?
Neeraj, very good question, but I just need a small correction in what you said, and probably you mean what you are writing exactly, but the choice of word is that what is needs to be shifted. Teleportation is not about the thought.
It's about human. It's about body, right?
Teleportation is not about thoughts. The teleportation is of an object which is created by the intention, thought, and focus. Now, let us
Sukshma Sharir. I guess we are having some technical error out there. So can I have you back on the screen? Okay, Neeraj will just be back with the answer. Till then, anybody else wants to pose the question, please pose the question. Neeraj wants to say that teleportation of is teleportation possible in future? That's what exactly he wants to ask. Maybe he's asking about Sukshma Sharir. So guys, we'll be having some technical error, I guess. Let me just wait for a few seconds. The show is on. Just hang on 1 minute. Okay, he's entering again. And yeah, he's entering the studio. Give him a minute. Till then, it was, yeah. Previously, yes, of course, it was possible. Even it is going to be definitely possible. And we'll get the answer from the Mr. himself because the show is about he answering the question. So I will just be taking up your question right now. Viraji, can we have you back on the screen? Is the network on? Can you hear me? I think there's some technical error or some network issue. Guys, क्या कहते हैं उसको नेटवर्क एरर के लिए खेल है just hold on. Hang on to the show just a minute and let me just check. Viralji, can I have you back in the studio, please? People are waiting. Okay, thoda sa, I think there is, yeah, he's just text me. But there's a little bit of technical, network issue. He should be back in a minute. Great, he's back.
Sri.
Welcome back. Yeah, welcome back.
Okay, so let me answer this question on teleportation. Now, this is a beautiful question that has come. Teleportation is not about Sukshma Sharir. Okay, teleportation is all about understanding the law of physics and operating the law of physics through the consciousness, not by understanding it through science. Now, what is a teleportation? I am sitting here and I dissolve my body and I teleport myself into your house, Neeraj. That is teleportation. One thing. I hold my hand like this, and there is an apple somewhere which I want to manifest in my hand. So I do the teleportation of the apple and bring it in my hand. Now, when it comes to the human body, how is it possible? So there is a science behind this. In this, what you need to understand is you have to separate yourself from your body, and you need to be consciousness, and you have to separate your consciousness from your body. So when you separate, it requires some practice. When you separate yourself from the body, you are in control of the all elements and the law of physics that governs the formation of this body. You dissolve these particles and you make it reappear somewhere through the focused consciousness. You have asked me, is it possible? Is it going to be possible in the future? You must have seen this fiction in the very Star Wars or X-Men or many of the films. Are you okay, Shri?
Yeah,
So, so, so this actually, the many governments have experimented on this, and the U.S. government has a division which is called remote viewing, and all this stuff like the weird stuff that we called here. Everything has been experimented on actual basis. So it is not something of the future. Our Rishi Munis have been doing this.
absolutely.
And still today, you will find the people go to Girnar, go to the jungles of Madhya Pradesh, go to the Himalayas. You will find people exhibiting this in front of your eyes.
Even shamans do it, right?
No, no, shaman doesn't do it. Shaman is all about working with the earth energies.
But they do teach teleportation. I mean, that's what
No,
I
shaman, but the basic shamans means they are working with the all elements of the earth. They are people who are capable of working with the five elements,
feel.
and they
Okay.
see consciousness through every element, and they use these elements like they use the birds, they use the tree, they use the different elements and different spectrum.
I have a very beautiful question from this person. He says, "What is
Lamas
that
of Tibet, yes, yes, Neeraj, lamas of Tibet, they do it.
that
No, astral travel is something different.
different?" Yeah, we talk about that some other time, Manoj. So this is a very interesting question, sir. What is that prevents people from living to their full potential?
uh, Let me say hi to one of my very close friend named Singh Premi. He's a chairman of IHRO. He's watching me and listening and saying he has complimented good brother. So my regards to you, sir. Okay, what is the question?
What is that prevents people from living to their full potential?
The idea that limits themselves and they live in that limitation. So let me give you a couple of limitations. We don't talk about the small limitations that we carry in our minds. I'm going into the extreme limitations that you live with. So what are these? Are the extreme beliefs. I don't want to tell you like others that okay, have this belief, drop this belief of limitation. So which are the extreme belief that you can live with? Breaking it. So one of the belief that is, to give you surprise, it is not necessary to breathe to live. You can live without breathing by in there is an internal channel. If you open that inner channel, you are not required to breathe from your nose. Like Gagangiri Maharaj of Khapoli, he has lived many days under the water without breathing. And there are multiple cases you will find. So this is one of the limitations. You can live without eating. And you know the people surviving only on sunlight. So these are the potential. What is a defined potential that you want to exhibit? Just focus on that and work on that line. Your
Yes.
all potentials, if you want to expand, the only way to expand all your potential is to focusedly work on one aspect. I have in my life worked only on one aspect with one energy, and that energy opened various channels for me. And I teach that through my process called Divya Shakti. And there is a beautiful energy, the energy of Krishna. And I'm going to expose you to this energy of Krishna. I say expose. The word, the choice of the word is expose. Because you are like you know the electricity. You are using it as a light. You are not exposed to the electricity. You feel the electricity by touching it. Likewise, you can feel Krishna within you. That's the exposure. And that's a program I'm going to do it on 18th April. Sorry, 18th August.
August. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's an audio program, right?
So get into my website pprurenergy.com to get more information about it.
And
Soon I'll
also
be
you
launching.
have groups too. Sir, I have a very, very beautiful question for you. I think you'll love to answer this. You love to answer all the questions though, but पता नहीं ये question आया कहाँ से है किसको. This person is very cutely asking if you could teach the entire world just one concept, what would that be?
एकदम सिंपल है इसमें कोई डिफिकल्टी. You are the embodiment of God and you have hidden the God inside. Find that God.
Beautiful. Okay. I have one question. Is it possible to live a normal life and never tell a lie? I have read all that I can say white lie and this lie, but I'm not convinced. But how do I live a normal life without telling lies?
Uh, Direct answer, no explanation.
सीधी बात.
Be, truth,
No, but
be truthful to yourself. Because the first thing is that we start lying to ourselves. The first lie that we give it to ourselves. Stop lying to yourself. When you go to meet somebody, you are eating the food, you don't like the food, still you appreciate the food. You tell this is how you start. You need validation. You
sir,
like
if we are
you
too
like a
direct,
girl. You like
if
a
we are
girl. You like a girl. And you don't want to commit to yourself. Yes, I like this girl. And I want to consummate. I want to be with this girl. That's my attraction. Can you be truthful to yourself first before getting truthful to others? If you can achieve that internally, I
right,
read a very beautiful, wait a minute, I read a beautiful line, very beautiful line. The line goes like this, it's like, I just missed that line. If it comes, I'll speak about it. So just the first thing is be truthful. Yes.
So I have here a very integral question. Is the meaning of life same for animals and humans? Apart from this, what is the meaning of life?
See, for every creature, the meaning of the life is just to live. And for the best is the meaning of the life is to just live. Are you living? Are you living fully? And the purpose of the life is to experience and express. There are only two things. You if you want to combine, what are the two elements of life is? One is express, second is to experience. There cannot be an are you expressing fully? Are you experiencing what comes to you? Or you just say, I don't want this, I want this. You just keep on leveling the experiences. Just experience. Yeah.
Why do we dream? And
Pardon?
why do we remember? Why do we dream? Why do we remember certain dreams? And why do we forget certain dreams? If dreams are giving some messages, how do I decode dreams?
Okay. I'm going to give a beautiful researched answer on this. This is what I read, and this is what I like this answer, and this is what my understanding is. The research says this about the dream, and then what I'm going to speak is something very phenomenal, something that is going to blow your mind out. Of all the theories that you have heard about the dreams, listen to this aspect. Okay, she is gone. Now listen to this aspect of dream.
Sorry for the small little technical hitch.
Yeah. So what has happened is all the time our all senses are operating. When we sleep, our eyes automatically get closed because of the we need the melatonin to secrete. There has to be a darkness for the melatonin to secrete. Now, when these eyes are closed, this gives a message to our brain that I'm not seeing. Now, to make this seeing faculty activated, the mind starts creating the visuals and the lights. So, next day when you get up, your eyes are perfectly operating. Otherwise, brain will shut down that faculty. Now, this is the truth of dream. So, dreaming is a process of the brain which keeps our eyes active even when there it is shut. Now, there are hundreds of other theories, but this is the theory which I liked it so much. Somebody Neeraj has asked, Karta is God.
Yeah, he is. Okay. Should I take up that question or there's another
Yeah,
question like
take this question. Read the question.
Karta is God, can humans be made accountable for their bodies?
See, the Karta is God is your understanding of yourself. Accountability, you have to live the life according to the social structure uh, and the uh, and the law structure that the society runs on that. But definitely, for the difficulty of the neurons and the genes, if an act of crime is created And if this is proven in court, there are cases in USA where the person is acquitted.
This is a question for me that how this horoscope energy, name change, etc. is accepted and accepted. Definitely,
Astrology, astrology is the most beautiful science. And we came to know about the astrology through the ancient times when such devices were not available. So the consciousness has guided us to know about it. So we know the course of our life and we have the power to change the course of our life. And when you take the birth, the imprint of the light, like the previous photograph, you know, like if you click the photograph, whatever the condition of the light that is, will reflect in the photograph. Similarly, for our soul, the lights of the nine planets will be reflected who we are and how our life will be shaped based on these colors. But we have the power to change this frequency. You take this as a guidance and change your frequency. At one point of time, if you're fully conscious and aware, then these planets or any other things cannot affect you. You are in control of the planet. Your planets are within you, and you can, you know, change the effects of planet. That's the
yes,
power you have got.
to be very precise, if I would want to answer this. Like the impact gets less. Like if there is something going to happen, if the percentage is going to be 100, by knowing it, the percentage gets little less because after doing reading, definitely there are remedies which resolve that. And about name change, Mystic, would you want to answer or should I?
Yeah, these are the frequencies, and you have the
Name,
power to change the frequencies, and you have mastered. I mean, Shri Vidya has mastered this frequency. I am on the point that yes, I am going on the consciousness level. I'm not on the practical level. I'm saying when your consciousness reaches that height, any effect of anything you can override it. But that's a
because see,
journey. See,
what
that's a
is
journey.
what it is. What it is, see, even you should have, if you would have seen his previous videos, you have a free will, Josh. You have a free will. A lot of things that can be accepting is a different genre altogether. So, what the mystic had told in the previous video, also, you could go back and see that you have a free will to change the thing. Accepting, here you're actually mixing two things. Sir, can you just elaborate this because here um, there is a misconception. He says name change, etc., is necessary, or is it accepting what it is? Name is like definitely you can, and what is more important? He's asking.
My answer is very simple on this terms. If you believe in the astrology, it will affect you. If you don't believe, still it affects you. You are not out of the. But you certainly have the power to change it. I just say to access that power. Till then you
Beautiful.
believe. Whatever that changes your life, believe in that and work with it. With the intention of changing life, that works.
Okay. So again, we have
Because
a very
I give you a very simple example. Very simple example. How many astrologers are there? X number. Each one you go with your own horoscope, they will, the shade will differ, of their predictions. What is that point which differs the shade? Is there is there perspective? Is their own consciousness level to see or read the effect?
exactly.
So you choose the astrologer depending on your own belief.
Should we
So there
take
is no
this question?
absolute truth in this.
Should we take this question on public platform? Um,
What?
do you think humans will last for another 1,000 years?
No, they will not last. बी क्लियर है, there's a कोई एम्बिग्यूटी नहीं है, बहुत सिंपल आंसर है मेरा.
How
1000
how
years
do
बहुत आगे.
how do I get excited about small things that happen in my life? When I was a child, I used to get excited even with a small little chocolate that my father used to give me. Now I don't feel excitement. So will that affect my journey of life?
So just go to that childhood and see what is that actually was exciting. Was it a chocolate that excites you? No. Was it the toy that excites you? No. Was it that kulfi that excites you? No. The excitement comes from that inquisitiveness of the exploration and the different experience of the five elements that you will get out of an object. So the you go and check and find out some new dish somewhere. So it's about exploring more of life, not the life on the online, not the life experience or a recipe on the YouTube. Go and make that recipe and eat it. You will find that same excitement. Explore, expand your sensory perceptions. That keeps your excitement going all the time.
Okay. This is this is like a very hi. I have taken readings from many people, also from Yoshri, and you have also told me that I have this life lesson to learn, and many people have told me. But why do I have to learn the life lesson hard way? So many learn it easily. What have I done?
This is another question I appreciate because it's a question coming from the
So
pure
maybe
conscious, pure question, pure question, pure consciousness से पूछो. सुन लीजिए, सुन लीजिए,
hard way.
सुन लीजिए. लाइफ लेसन सिलेबस कौन डिसाइड करता है? आपने डिसाइड किया. इजी है कि डिफिकल्ट करना किसके हाथ में है? आपके हाथ में. आप उसको डिफिकल्ट बना रहे हो क्योंकि वो सीख नहीं रहे. जैसे ही सीखते हो ना, वो इजी बन जाता है.
Okay.
सीखने का रेजिस्टेंस उसे डिफिकल्ट बनाता है.
And he is fighting here. He's just messaged again. He says, I have been listening from last 2 years that I have to learn this life lesson. I have to accept. I have accepted. But when I see my wife, I see her happy. And why is that I have to be mourning and be sad? And why is that I have to learn hard way? Oh my God, pura letter likha hai, sir. So
डोंट बी.
I,
मैं
I buy
see
your
मैं
answer. Still not satisfied, please give me a clear answer. Why is this life lesson decided for me and who decided it for me?
You decided for yourself. Nobody gives you that decision. That's your own choice. Go and change your syllables. You can change your syllables. If you are, suppose now go to the wife's case. Wife is happy, you are not happy. So if you are sad, do you think everybody in the world should be sad? Just be happy. Learn to be happy. Simple as that. You have to find your own excitement. You have to find your own inner happiness. So what has troubled you? What has pulled you down? Identify that. Just forget about life lessons. Just make it very simple. What is making you comparison is dropping you? Compare yourself from the past to now. Have you taken step ahead? That's it.
Uh, As
Now there is a question from Neeraj.
lifespan enough. So there's a continuation of this question. It says one, I have taken readings from different people, though, but even you have done it. But here somebody had told me that hardship will make me stronger. Is it because of that that I have attracted the condition?
I will be stronger without hardship. Start believing in this.
Absolutely. So,
Start saying this.
not same. Please listen to this very carefully. So, please say it in inverted commas again.
I said, what was the line you said?
He said that does hardship makes a person stronger.
I'll be stronger any which ways. Without hardship also I can be strong.
Okay, I guess this would help him a lot. And do share your comments with us. Okay, there's another question from Neeraj
The last
saying,
couple of questions. I have a commitment. I need to go.
is one lifespan enough for a fulfilled life?
Yeah, very much. One lifespan is enough to enlighten yourself. And being enlightened is the highest fulfillment that you can ever get. It's about seizing an opportunity. It's not about the lifespan. Are you seizing an opportunity? Are you finding an exit point? Are you every moment is an opportunity of exit point? Are you surrendering yourself? Shri?
I guess it was a beautiful session, and today we would have to wrap up a little early because there is some prior commitment which was already there. So I hope you guys enjoyed this session as much as I enjoyed asking questions, and I think the Mystic enjoyed answering the question. So if you like this initiative taken by us, PPRG, Manthan with the Mystic, अगर आपको ये अच्छा लग रहा है, please do share and please do keep putting in the questions. The questions are amazing, and don't be afraid to ask the question because for all you know what question you want to ask there, that would be a question for, many people would have the same question. खाली फर्क ये है कि उनकी हिम्मत नहीं हो रही पूछने के लिए, लेकिन आपके वजह से क्या पता कहीं उनका जवाब उनको मिल जाता हो, तो वो आपको दुआओं में जरूर याद रखेंगे। तो आप किसी की दुआओं में याद रहने के लिए क्वेश्चन पूछ लीजिए एंड कम टू मीट अस नेक्स्ट वेडनेसडे
Every
on
Wednesday. Yeah.
every
Every
Wednesday.
Wednesday, 8 o'clock.
Before I leave, I
Destination
would
YouTube, Facebook, LinkedIn.
LinkedIn, YouTube, and thank you, Neeraj, for all that beautiful comments. Thank you, Josh. Thank you so much. Okay, so what I was trying to tell you guys, yeah, if you want to be a part of our groups, we have specific groups wherein we keep posting and sharing updates about our
My pleasure.
work, free seminars, paid seminars, workshops, and all that stuff. So, a lot of things are there for you. All you need to do is just reach out to us, drop in a message that we want to be a part of the group, and you can be there with us. So, connect to us. Thank you very much. Have a fantastic, fabulous, marvelous, magical evening. आप जब भी ये वीडियो देखें आपका दिन ब्यूटीफुल शुभ मैजिकल और वंडरफुल। थैंक यू वेरी मच।
Thank you, Shri.
थैंक यू।